Annyeonghaseyo everybody, thanks for coming back to my channel. This week we're going to break down lyrics to Drama by Aespa. Normally I go with songs that are new and trending, but this one has been trending for weeks, so let's get into it. Okay, let's get into it. I love this song so much. Yeah. I'm the drama. Ziggy ziggy zag, I'm new. Cause I go biggie biggie bad, it's true. Nakarang noon and a bitchin' toxic. Nakarang noon and a bitchin' toxic means sharp eye, inside it's toxic. Nalkaroon comes from the verb nalkarokta, which means sharp, keen, or pointed. Noon is eyes. Ane means in, with e being the location marker. Bitchin comes from the verb bichida, which means to shine or light up, or to be reflected in. So, nalkaroon is a sharp eye. Ane is inside, and bitchin either means that it's shining or glimmering, or it's referring to a reflection, which is toxic. Alright, after Nakaran nun ani bitchin toxic, ne bo는 걸 당겨줌. Hold up, what? Oh my gosh. 내 보는 걸 당겨줌 supposedly translates to zoom in, pull on my instincts. 내 means my, 보는 is instinct. The is an object marking particle, so 보는, instinct, is the object of this sentence. 당겨 comes from the verb 당기다, which means to pull, to draw, to tug, to yank, to tighten. So, 내 본능을 당겨줌, pull on my instinct, zoom. Okay, then it goes, hold up, what? Oh my god, you say what? 다쳐 넌. And 다쳐 넌 apparently translates to you gon' get hurt. 다쳐 comes from the verb 다치다, which means to get hurt, to be injured, to be hurt. And 넌 means you. So, you say what? You hurt. You gon' get hurt. Okay, then the next thing we got is, you say what? 다쳐 넌. You better watch out. 우린 이미 거센 boom. 달려가고 있어 vroom. And that apparently translates to, we already that big, tough boom, racing with that big, bad vroom. I'm judging whoever translates these K-pop songs. Can't be reckless, go up to dozen roadmap. Okay, 우린 is we. 이미 means already. But you use this word for already when you're already aware that something has occurred. There's another word for already, it's 벌써, but that word is mainly used for things that come as a surprise. So there's a sense of surprise with the word 벌써, but with 이미, it just means already, and there's no sense of surprise. There's actually a sense of prior knowledge. 거센 comes from the verb 거세다, which means to be fierce, violent, strong, wild. Since they put tough in the official translation, we're going to say that it more so translates to the word tough in this context. 달려가고 있어 means that you're currently rushing or running or dashing. 달려가 comes from the verb 달려가다, which means to run, dash, or rush. And the ending, 고 있어, means that you're currently doing it right now. Let's say you want to say, I'm eating. The verb for eat is 먹다. If I want to say I'm eating, as in right now, I would say 먹고 있어. So 고 있어 kind of adds the ending of ing. So 우린 이미 거센 boom. We are already tough / fierce boom. 달려가고 있어 vroom. And we are rushing or dashing or running vroom. So we already that big tough boom, racing with that big bad vroom. Next line. Okay, next part is, I la like me when I roll, la like me when I'm savage, like me when I go, la like you when I'm baddest. Hold up. 비추 타라서, 타라타타 달려나가 run. First part of that is 비추 타라서, which translates to chasing lights. Now, beat, even though it's spelled B-I-C-H, when there's a C-H at the end of a syllable, it makes a T sound, so it's like beat, and that's light. Of course, is the object marking particle, not super important for what we're talking about here. 타라서. So, 타라 comes from the verb taruda, which means to follow, to go after, to tag along. So think of it as follow. Now let me just say this. I hear the word tara, tarahe, taraomyon, and almost every time I hear it in a K-pop song, it always means follow. Now there's a lot of different verbs that have tara in it, but it seems like they all mean follow. So if you're listening to a K-pop song and you hear tarahe or tarawa or whatever, it usually means follow. Okay, so this so at the end is a particle that goes in between two clauses. So let's say you want to say I eat and then I sleep. You would say I eat, so I sleep. So it connects two actions that are related to each other, because in this instance I'm referring to a food coma. So I'm just gonna say that so means then in this situation, but I'm not sure if it even applies to the next line at all. But just keep in mind that if you see so at the end, it usually means that it's connecting two actions that are connected. Okay, after hold up, bichitara so, taratata talyonaga run, and it translates to racing lights, run on, run. So, taratata, I don't think these are actual words. I think that they are sounds, because tara means sweet, and that's nowhere in this sentence, and that's nowhere in this song either. This is not a sweet song. So we're just gonna chalk up taratata to just sounds. Talyonaga means to rush out, to scamper off, to run out. So taratata talyonaga run kind of sort of just means taratata rush out, run. Next is go finally ratatatatam segel yoronan. It's editing me, and yeah, I spelled a word wrong. So sorry about that. I was really tired when I recorded this, and I'm still really tired now that I think about it. The word is taum. I spelled it D-A-U-M. It's D-A-E-U-M. Anyway, on with the video. And that means open up a new world. Taum means next. 세계 is world. 를 is just the object marking particle. 열어 comes from the verb 열다, which means to open. And 난 just means me or I. So, 다음 세계, the next world, open it. Okay, next part. Actually, before I say that, I've been calling it the English translation, or the translation that the company provided this whole time. But really what it is the English version of the lyrics, because they're not just giving simple translations. They're trying to spice it up and make it sound good, which is weird because it strays from the actual translation. But anytime I say this is the translation, actually consider it the English version of the song. You'll see what I mean. Like this, for example. So the next part goes 1, 2, it's time to go. 후회 없어 난. And it translates to regret. I ain't got 'em. I don't think there's a word for ain't in Korean, but they try to spice it up and make it sound like these would be actual English lyrics. It still conveys the same meaning though, so it works out. Anyway, let's get into what this actually means. 후회 is a regret, and if you say 후회하다, which means to do, 하다 means to do, so if you put that on the end of some nouns, it doesn't work with all nouns, but if you put 하다 at the end of certain nouns, you turn them into verbs. So 후회 is a regret. If you say 후회하다, it means to regret, but just 후회 is just a regret. 없어 comes from the verb 없다, which means to not have or to not exist. And 난 just means me or I. So 후회 없어 난 means I don't have regrets, or regrets, I ain't got them. Okay, after 1, 2, it's time to go. 후회 없어 난 맞서 난 개버렸지. And that means square up, I break them. So 맞서 comes from the verb 맞서다, which means to go against, to stand against, to oppose. 난 is me or I. 개버렸지 means like I completely break it. So 개 comes from the verb 깨다, which means to break something, and 버렸지 comes from the verb 버리다, which means to do something to the fullest extent. So 맞서 난 means I go against, or I guess square up, And 깨버렸지 means I break them. Okay? The next part is 날 따라서 움직일 rules. And it means rules, they gon' follow me. 날 means me or I. 따라서 means follow. 움직일 comes from the verb 움직이다, which means to move. So, I'm really not sure why 움직일 is in this phrase. If it just means rules, they gonna follow me. Because it could just say 날 따라서 rules, which would kind of sort of means the rules follow me. I don't really know where move comes from, but just know that 움직이다 means move. And I say that because it's going to come up in the next line, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, the next part goes 손끝으로 세상을 두드려 움직여, yeah, I'm coming. 손끝으로 세상을 두드려 움직여 means tap my finger and watch the world move. So, 손 is hand, 끝 is end. The end of your hand is your fingertips. 으로 usually means through or with or via. 세상 is world. 을 makes it the object of the sentence. 두드려 comes from the verb to, 두드리다, which means to knock on, to beat on, to tap, things like that. 움직여 is the present tense form of the verb 움직이다. So, and that means move. So, 손끝으로 세상을 두드려 means through my fingertips, tap the world, move. So, tap my finger and watch the world move. So then we have the chorus. I bring all the drama, mama. Yada yada yada. 나로 시작되는 drama. And that means it starts with me, drama. Na is me or I, but we're gonna go with me since me is in the translation. 로 means with, or through, or via, but in this situation it means with. 시작되는 comes from the verb 시작되다, which means to begin or start, as in start on its own. You aren't starting something. It's starting on its own. So, 나로 시작되는 actually means it starts with me, drama. Okay, and then they say 나로 시작되는 drama again in the chorus, and then it goes drama mama, drama mama. 3, 2, 1. You know, I've been kind of like 1, 2, 3. 깜짝 놀랐던 scene, and it means 1, 2, 3. Cue that jump scare scene. 깜짝 is an adverb that means suddenly or out of the blue or surprisingly. 놀랄 comes from the verb 놀라다, which means to be surprised. 다음 means next. So, 1, 2, 3, 깜짝 놀랐던 scene really means suddenly surprise, next scene. So I guess it kind of means cue that jump scare scene, except not really. I guess jump scare comes from the 깜짝 놀랄, which is like a surprise. Cue is not in this at all. I don't know where they even got that from. It doesn't matter. 다음 line. Okay, after that weird line of cue that jump scare, it goes 길을 걸었지 주인공 나 and it means who's got the key? Main character, that's me. See, they're trying to rhyme this, and they don't need to. I just want an accurate translation of what I'm reading. I could go on about this for days, but it doesn't matter. So, key is a loan word, which is a word that was taken right from the English language and just Koreanized. I think loan words can be words taken from any language, but this key comes right from English, and key literally means key. 를 marks it as the object. 고모진 comes from the verb 고모치다, which means to hold, seize, grab something. 주인공 is a main character. 은 is a topic marking particle, so that makes it the topic of the sentence. 나 means me or I, but in this instance I think it means me. So, 키를 고모진 means hold the key. 주인공은 나 means me, the main character. Okay? Next part is 4, 3, 2, going down, should get through. Deja vu 같이 그려지는 이미지. And 쉽게 through means easily through or breezing through, according to the English version. 쉽게 comes from the verb 쉽다, which means to be easy. And if you take a verb stand and you add ke to the end of it, you're kind of adding ILY to the end of the word. So if 쉽 means easy and you add ILY, it becomes easily. But 쉽게 means easily. 쉽 meaning easy and ke being elite. Okay, after 4, 3, 2, going down, 쉽게 through, deja vu 같이 그려지는 이미지. And it means, just like deja vu, they picture my image. 같이, even though it ends in a T and the next syllable is I, it's pronounced as 같이, like Gachi. Don't ask me why, that's just Korean. 같이 means like. So, like deja vu. 그려지는 comes from the verb 그리다, which means to draw, paint, or sketch. And 이미지 is image. So, deja vu 같이, just like deja vu, 그려지는 이미지, the drawn image. They picture my image. Alright, next line is 나 그치 막지 마라, 이건 내 drama. And that means, don't try to stop me, this is my drama. 날 is me or I. 굳이 has two meanings. The first one means firmly or absolutely. And it also means you don't have to do something. 막지 마라 is a phrase that means don't try to stop me. 이건. I know you guys have heard this before. But 이건 means this. E is this. 건 is thing. But just think of this word as this. Take a shot every time I say that. 내 means my. So, 날 굳이 막지 마라, I believe means firmly, don't try to stop me. And then 이건 내 drama means this is my drama. Okay, the next part is 또 바른 끝이 안 막아. I'm a stunner. And that means pull up if you wanna. I'm a stunner. Okay, so 더 바른 or 도발 is a provocation, or like the act of provoking somebody. Remember earlier I said that 굳이 either means firmly or absolutely, or it means you don't have to do something. I think that in this instance, it means you don't have to do something, whereas in the last line, it meant the opposite. Now, 안 means not. 막아, coming from the verb 막다, meaning to block, means block. This is such a weird line, but the way that I understood it is that you don't have to block your provocation, meaning you can try and provoke me if you want. So pull up if you wanna. 굳이 meaning don't have to. 안 막아 meaning not block or not stop. And provocation means provoking. Okay, we have officially arrived at the second pre-chorus, which is probably my second favorite part of the song. I just love this song. Anyway, let's break it down. So, after, I'm a stunner. 1, 2, it's time to go. 다른 날 느껴 난 and I love it. 새로워지는 rules. And 타오르는 날, 타는 날 느껴 난 and I love it means I ignite, in parentheses, I shine bright, feeling it and I love it. 타오르는 comes from the verb 타오르다, which means to blaze, rage, flare up, go up into flames. 날 is me or I. 타는 comes from the verb 타다, which means to burn, blaze, or ignite. 날 means me or I. 느껴 comes from the verb 느끼다, which means to feel or experience something. 난 means me or I, and I love it. So, 타오르는 날 means I'm blazing, I'm on fire, I ignite. 타는 날 kind of means the same thing. I shine bright. It doesn't necessarily mean I shine bright. It more so means that I'm set ablaze. I'm on fire. And then 느껴난 means I'm feeling it. I feel. I'm feeling it. And I love it. Okay, so after 타오르는 날 느껴난 and I love it. 새로워지는 rules. That means New game, new rules. I open my eyes. Okay, so 새로워지는 is a modified form of the verb 새롭다, which means to be new. 난 is me or I. 눈 is eyes. just means it's an object in this sentence. 터 comes from the verb 트다, which actually means to float on its own. But 눈을 트다 means to open your eyes. And then in the background they say 두 눈을 떠. 두 is the number 2 in Korean. So 두 눈을 떠 means open 2 eyes. So 새로워지는 rules. New rules. They don't say new game at all. Don't know why that's in there. Means I open my eyes. Alright, the last little bit before the chorus goes 시작된 걸 알아, it's coming. And this means game on, you know it, now it's coming. 시작된 comes from the verb 시작되다, which means to begin. 걸 is a thing, but obviously 시작된 걸 is not a starting thing. When I put 시작된 걸 into Papago, it says the one that started it. So we're just gonna say the thing that started it. 넌 means you. 알아 comes from the verb 알다, which means to know. 알아 is just the present tense form of the verb. So you know or I know. So 시작된 걸 넌 알아. Now it's coming means the one that started it, you know it. Now it's coming. Okay, then we get the chorus again. I bring all the drama, ma. 나로 시작되는 drama. Then we've got into the real world, the going climax, 두려워하지 마. And that means, apparently it means climax on deck. Don't be afraid. 다가온 comes from the verb 다가오다, which means to approach or to get closer to something. So I guess 다가온 climax kind of means climax on deck. Now, 두려워하지 마 means don't be afraid. 두려워 comes from the verb 두렵다, which means to fear. And 하지마 means don't do it. So, 다가온 climax, 두려워하지 마 means approaching climax, don't be afraid. Okay, so after into the real world, 다가온 climax, 두려워하지 마, you and I 함께서 내려가는 story means you and I together rewrite this story. 함께 means together. 서 comes from the verb 쓰다, which means to write. It has a bunch of other meanings too, but one of the meanings is to write. 내려가는 comes from the verb 내려가다, which means to go down or to descend. So 함께서 means together we write. 내려가는 story means the story that's going down or the descending story. I'm really not sure where 내려가는 story fits into you and I together we write this story, but it's in the song. And 내려가는 means that it's descending or going down. Okay, the next part is 나가라 마가돈 no 한계를 뛰어넘어 every day. Ooh. And that means past hurdles no more, push boundaries every day. 나 is me or I. 가로막아돈 means something that has blocked me. So I guess you can say a hurdle. 가로막아, I'm pretty sure means to block or prevent, just like 막아 and 막아서다. I don't know why there's so many words that mean the same thing. But this ending, 아돈, means that it's already been done. So if you ever see 돈 at the end of a verb, just know that this is something that's already been done. So, 가로막아돈 means something that has blocked me. No, 한계를 뛰어넘어 every day means push boundaries every day. 한계 is a limit. 를 means that this is the object of the sentence. 뛰어 comes from the verb 뛰다, which means so many different things. It means run, dash, jump, hop, bounce, pound. I don't even know which word is supposed to go here for this one, honestly. Now, 넘어 comes from the verb 넘다, and it has two meanings. The first meaning is to jump or climb over something, and it also means to exceed or go beyond something. So, it could be saying jump over the limit or exceed the limit. I feel like it means exceed, but I honestly don't know. Just know that nomo has two meanings. So, exceed or jump over the limit every day. I don't know where Twio fits in this. Just know that it means a plethora of things. Okay, and then after that, it's I'ma making my way out of the way, yeah. Oh, and then they start riffing and stuff. Drum with my world now. Nawa hamke hanen drama. And Nawa hamke hanen drama means with me the drama. Well, the official translation is it stays with me. Nawa is a word that means come out, but it also means with me. So na is me, and wa means with or and. Hamke means together. Hamke hanen means to be together. So really, nawa hamke hanen drama just means together with me drama. Okay, then the next part is you know I'm savage, got him on the baddest, and that means unstoppable, baddest, all wrapped up in thrill. 고침 없는 comes from the verb 고침 없다, which means to be unbreakable or unstoppable. 나를 means me or I. 둘러싼 comes from the verb 둘러싸다, which means to encircle, to enclose, or surround. So, 고침 없는 baddest is unbreakable or unstoppable baddest. 나를 둘러싼 thrill means I am surrounded, I guess, in thrill, all wrapped in thrill. Okay, the next line is 고친 여정 속의 drama, and it kind of means bumpy off-road drama. 고친 means rough or uneven. 여정 is a journey or itinerary. 속에 means in. So 속 is in. So this kind of means the rough journey's inside, or the inside of the rough journey. I don't really fully know, but I know that 속 is in, 여정 is journey, and 고친 is rough. And even though it's spelled UI, it's pronounced as when it's at the end of a word, and it shows possession of the word. I don't really know how you would show possession of the word in. Yeah, I don't know, but I know what these words mean separately, and that's really what counts. Okay, next line is 내가 곁들인 모든 drama 지금 시작되는 drama, and it means I'll break this cycle of trauma. It starts now, drama. 내가 is me or I. 곁들일 comes from the verb 곁들이다, which means to break or shatter something. 모든 means all. 지금 means now. 시작되는 means begins or starts. So 내가 곁들일 모든 drama. I will break all the trauma. 지금 시작되는 drama. It starts now, drama. Okay, and the last little bit is 너로 시작된 my drama, and it means it starts with you, my drama. 너 is you, 로 is through or via or with. 시작될 comes from the verb 시작됐다, which means to begin or start. And then my drama is my drama. And that's the end of Drama by Aespa. That song has been living in my head rent-free for months. I think that song came out last year, and it's still banging. Anyway, thanks so much for tuning into this video. Sorry it wasn't a brand new song. I'll get back to the brand new songs next week. I just wanted to try something different. If there was anything that I got wrong, or you want to correct me, or you want to give me tips about something that I wasn't 1000% sure about, leave it in the comments. I'd love to hear your feedback. I'll be back next Sunday with another video, and in the meantime, I hope you have a great week. Bye!